Lonzo Ball has multiple suitors, but will the Bulls actually pull the trigger on a Lonzo trade? We'll talk about all that and more on today's episode of the Chicago Bulls Breeze. Let's go. Welcome into another edition of the Chicago Bulls Breeze. I'm your host, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. This is the only channel talking Chicago Bulls, how Bulls fans talk, man. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So Lonzo Ball's name has come up in multiple trade situations. Evan Sideri of Forbes tweeted this out a little bit yesterday, said the Clippers, Heat, Hornets, Lakers, Magic, Pistons, and Timberwolves have all held exploratory talks, trade talks with the Chicago Bulls centered around Lonzo Ball. It seems like a Lonzo Ball trade is inevitable at this point, and here's where I think you have to start the conversation, because Lonzo Ball coming back this season has absolutely played like the Lonzo Ball of old that everybody thought the Bulls were going to get, right? Like, it just seems like the surgery has had an impact on him. Things have worked for him. He's only averaging 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists. But you talk about the impact that Lonzo has had when he's been asked to do more. He's absolutely been able to. Great game versus the Nuggets the other night. His three-point shooting was pivotal for the Chicago Bulls. What he's been able to do from the three-point line this season, yet again, up to 34%. Mostly a three-point shooter at this point, gets to the line at a high clip as well. A lot of good things for Lonzo, and you can never speak enough about how he's able to put people in a position to be successful. His facilitating is bar none some of the best in the NBA when he's looking to go about getting the rest of the team involved, which is most games, right? But is it worth it for the Bulls to move on from Lonzo at this point? I think that's a valid question, because you're kind of coming into this, all right, we've gone through the struggle part. Can we take the chance and try and re-sign this guy? We do have the bird rights for him, of course, if we want to re-sign him. So we can sign him to the best kind of deal that is available out there. But also, what kind of money is Lonzo going to get on the open market? Is it worth it for us to let Lonzo test the market and see, hey, listen, we'll give you a little bit more than that. We don't think it's going to be a high price. We'll give you a little bit more than that for you to come back here, be a part of this team, still be something moving forward. I don't think you can do that, though. I think that at this point, if you're the Chicago Bulls, you have to look at the fact that you've gotten less than 60 games out of Lonzo Ball in his entire time here as a Chicago Bull. You can't trust that this surgery is going to work, because he has had those moments where he's had the surgery. The surgery feels like it works. He's feeling great. He's playing the best ball of his life. He always has these ups, but there's always that down that comes with it. Not to say I don't think Lonzo, when he's on the court, is a great player, but it's too tough to take a risk on the fact that Lonzo Ball is just magically going to be healthy for the Chicago Bulls moving forward. I think that's not something that you could sign yourself up to moving forward, unless you're talking about him going out there and taking a league minimum deal and you give him a little bit above that. That's a different conversation, but I don't expect that to be the conversation that is around Lonzo Ball. Now, he does still have that $20 million left on his contract. This will probably be his last big money deal. But even so, I don't think that you can tie yourself to Lonzo Ball long term. So for me, it is worth it for the Chicago Bulls to move on from Lonzo and go out there and try and explore getting some things back. Now, the real question is, where does he fit best? We got to answer that as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Do you think Lonzo is worth trading at this point, or should the Bulls just ride it out with the fact that, hey, we finally got this guy healthy. Now let's actually go full regalia and hope that he's able to continue to stay healthy? Let me know in the comments below, man. Who does he fit best with? You look at some of these teams on the list: Clippers, Heat, Hornets, Lakers, Magic, Pistons. And I think there's some teams that you immediately have to eliminate if you're the Chicago Bulls and really expect to be competing for anything anytime soon. And I'm just talking about like competitive in the East. I'm not even talking about winning an NBA championship. To me, the Pistons are immediately out of the conversation. I'm not giving you Lonzo Ball to come off the bench after Cade Cunningham on a team that I'm going to have to worry about for the foreseeable future unless you're coming with some serious assets. I do think that still needs to play a part in the Bulls' decision making with a lot of these teams. When you look at anybody in the East, the Hornets, I think, is an interesting one because, you know, do you put the Ball brothers together and see what kind of magic they make? Now you've got Lonzo facilitating the basketball while you've got LaMelo being the efficient scorer that he is. I mean, like, I don't know if I want to put that together either, right? I think the East teams is a tough reach for me. You're going to have to give me a little bit more for Lonzo Ball if you're in the East, because I know I'm going to have to see him. Now, the Hornets and stuff like that, not as much, but like the Miami Heat, oh, that's a team that, to me, he absolutely fits with. That's a team that I would, like, if you're going to move and you see the Jimmy Butler era ending here, you're talking about Khalil Ware, you're talking about Bam Adebayo, you're talking about Tyler Hero, and taking that basketball out of his hand. I do think he would probably end up being a starter there. I think you would see some of his best basketball with the Miami Heat. If he's healthy, that would be a dangerous team, because now you've got Eric Spoelstra, literally the extension of him on the court at that point guard position. He hasn't had that in a long time. Dare I say, outside of LeBron James, he really hasn't had a point guard who runs things like that. Well, I guess maybe no, that was Pat Riley. I was going to say, I guess maybe you could say the glove when he had Gary Payton down there, but that was Pat Riley at the head coach. So yeah, no, looking at it, like Kyle Lowry was never that kind of point guard that was amazing in those moments. I don't think that you can look at Mario Chalmers as that kind of PG. Again, LeBron kind of took the reins on that, getting everybody involved. So to me, this is the Miami Heat would be a great fit for him, but then you got to deal with the Miami Heat for the foreseeable future. Having Lonzo Ball probably on a team-friendly contract, I don't think that's a move you want to make either. I look at the Clippers, I look at the Lakers, and I look at the Timberwolves, to me, as interesting teams, because one, you're not going to see them very often, but to me, the T-Wolves is the one that is the most dangerous. You're talking about Lonzo Ball with Anthony Edwards. There's so much young talent on that team. There's so much room to grow. They can ask him to do less because of some of the point guards they already have on that team. I think that's a great fit for Lonzo. Lakers, to me, is always the Lakers. I mean, it makes sense. Sure, you need somebody coming off of the bench to facilitate and run JJ's system. I think JJ would do a great job getting him involved on the three-point line as well. And the other team that's in there, I did forget about the Magic. Again, Eastern Conference team. I'm not helping guys in the East. I'm not helping guys that are going to beat me. But again, it does come down to this, and this is the real question. Will the trade come? I think it has to. I think you're at a point where the trade is inevitable, but are the Bulls smart enough to actually do the deal? That's the big question. By the way, let me know in the comments below where you think Lonzo Ball fits best. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. You look at all of these teams, and dare I say, you might actually be able to get something of value back for Lonzo when you have this many teams inquiring on his skill set. Lonzo has a skill set that most people in the NBA don't have anymore. He has an ability to shoot the three ball. He's also one of the best facilitators in this game when that is what he's focused on. He also is one of the best defenders still in this game. That was the big question on Lonzo when he came back. How is he going to be able to be defensively? You're seeing him out there still poking the ball away, still being able to meet you at the rim, still being able to guard multiple defenders, still being able to do everything that we thought Lonzo Ball would be able to do before when we first signed him here. The big question was, how's he going to come back defensively? I think he's been an absolute stud when he's been put in some of those defensive positions. When you see the Bulls put out that defensive lineup, he is the anchor of that. He is the leader of that. And so I think when you talk about everything that you're getting, there's a reason there's 6 teams with interest looking to try and acquire Lonzo Ball here. I think it comes down to who's going to give you the best assets, who's going to give you the best opportunity, who's going to give you the best capital, draft, players back, contracts, whatever it is. And you kind of have to just take whatever they give you on a Lonzo Ball front. But the problem there is you might be helping out one of those Eastern Conference teams. Again, if they're giving you more, I get it. I understand it. I'm not opposed to it. I would say that I'm coming to you last, though. I'm going to talk to the Timberwolves. I'm going to talk to the Lakers. I'm going to talk to the Clippers, because those are the teams that I'm not going to have to deal with Lonzo Ball, just in case his knee surgery did work, just in case he is healthy long term. I think you have no choice but to make a trade, but let's be smart about who we're giving away a player of Lonzo Ball's caliber when healthy to, just in case this surgery does work out and you're going to have to see this guy a ton. Again, I want to know how you guys feel in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We'll be back here for any breaking news content that comes out today. We'll also be back for any other Chicago Bulls news. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hey, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See you, Red Nation. Stand up. Peace.